Young woman. I walked into, I don't know what the hell restaurant it was, but I walked into this restaurant. And we do it very quietly. We don't announce it. That's for, security reasons, everything. I walked in. She's behind the counter, and she didn't know I was coming. And she goes, "It's President Trump." She looks at me. "It's President Trump. You saved my college." And I said, "How the hell do you know that?" She said, this one is so smart, so sharp. She grabbed me. She gave me a kiss. I said, "I think I'm never going back home to the First Lady."
You were supposed to keep that quiet.
See, now, for the average politician, that's death. For me, I don't care.
Ho, the things that you've lied about.
Now, the truth is, he knew exactly what restaurant he went into. It was a Chick-fil-A in Atlanta down on the West End, where Clark Atlanta University is, where Spelman College is, Morehouse School of Medicine, Morehouse College, that little area. Second, he knows exactly who she is now and then, because it came out later that she works with Candace Owens and Candace Owens's Blexit organization. Plus, she has her own Republican organization, and it was basically a setup to try to fool black voters here in the Atlanta area or nationwide. Here's the moment in the Chick-fil-A here on the West End, and in that area, there's Chick-fil-A, there's Morehouse College, there's Spelman College, there's Clark Atlanta University, there's Morehouse School of Medicine's top HBCUs right there in that little cluster down on the West End of Atlanta. Yeah, you can go on to Midas Touch Network or Google Michaelah Montgomery Midas Touch Network, and you'll find this article where Midas Touch exposed the whole scam. Now, at that campaign rally where he was speaking and she was standing there with him, he goes on to talk about how Michaelah praised him for saving her college, right? Because, he touts that as one of his policy achievements while he was in the White House. He sent all of this money to HBCUs. They were dead broke before, but Captain Superhero Donald Trump came through to save the black children colleges. Okay, it's a lie. But like I said, he goes on to praise her for praising him for saving her college. Well, some way, somehow, someone tied her as being a former student over at Clark Atlanta University, which is one of the HBCUs in that area. And Clark is tired of all the lies, and so they had to put out a statement. And here's what the statement says. "We are aware of the remarks made at a rally in Atlanta earlier by former President Trump concerning our nation's response to the international COVID crisis." Now, I guess during the speech, this is what they're tying him saving her college. This is the time period during COVID or something. "As amongst our nation's 4,000 higher education institutions, multinational corporations, hospitals, and others who have benefited from CARES and HERF bipartisan support garnered during the administration of former President Trump, Clark Atlanta University is appreciative of such support, but was not saved by COVID funding. As with our nation's other 102 historically black colleges and universities, Clark Atlanta University remains dedicated to our mission of student success and continued support at all levels of our democracy." Y'all know democracy, in which he's trying to overturn by making the United States a dictatorship. Yeah, y'all excuse Whiskey. He's got his toys. Roland Martin has over and over and over again debunked the lie that Donald Trump sent billions of dollars to historically black colleges and universities. What Donald Trump did was he invited the presidents to all of the HBCUs within the United States to the White House, and he invited them for a photo op. He did nothing out of the ordinary. As a matter of fact, he lowered the amount of money that the federal government was sending to HBCUs. Who fixed that? Joe Biden fixed that when he got back into the White House. Joe Biden is the president that has sent the most money to HBCUs across the country. Yeah, Michaelah and Donald Trump can go play in somebody else's face. They not going to play in ours. And Clark Atlanta Universities also said, I'm not going to let you play in the faces of black people. But Michaelah, since you are looking for the spotlight and you don't mind tearing down your own community to do it in support of a racist dictator, I got some questions. What happened here? See, I can't get to the article to get the specifics of it because the Georgia Gazette, they want me to pay to get the specifics on this. So I figured I would ask you, Michaelah, what is this mugshot for? What did you do? Yeah, this is what I found. This was the only thing that I could find out there on the internet. This happened back in February of 2021, and you was arrested by the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office, right? I tried to block out some of your personal information. I'm not heartless like that, even though Donald Trump will put personal information out against those that he views as an enemy. Yeah, it says here that you were arrested for driving without a valid license, but given the company that you keep, I'm wondering if this is what they used to arrest you. Were the charges upgraded? If the charges were upgraded, can you let me know what those charges were? Were the charges thrown out? Why were you driving without a license? I mean, I guess you and your master are one and the same, two peas in a pod. Y'all both got mug shots, right? And I'm sure you're going to tell me, yeah, it's the leftists. It's a plot with the leftists. Yeah. But if that's the case, just tell me what the leftists arrested you for, or if the charges were dropped, because girl, yeah, it's giving birds of a feather flock together. It's giving I support Donald Trump because I want this thrown out. Yeah, it's giving Donald Trump is stupid, so I'm gonna ride his coattail so I can try to come up off of that and get some money for myself. That's what it's giving. Yeah, I eagerly await your response.